Cartier, and Brian is an airplane pilot for United Airlines. And he's also my assistant in the National Baptist Congress. I can go on and on about Brian, but I'm just telling you he's a fine fellow. So let's welcome Brian Brown to the
Thank you, Brother Alexis, for the introduction. What's up, Gulf Coast? Good morning, good morning. DJ Chosen. Appreciate that. This year's theme is Tighten Up. Last night we had a theme speaker, Brigadier General James Newell. He spoke last night, did an awesome job. Give him a hand, his cameraman right here. Tighten up. Starts off with the scripture, Colossians 3:23 and 24, King James Version. And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord, and not unto men, knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of the inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Christ. The phrase tighten up, what does that mean? You don't have to answer out loud, but the phrase tighten up. Well, I Googled that phrase and found several meanings. Now, I won't go through all of them, but the one that I found, I think that applies to this year's theme, says to become disciplined, well-organized, and efficient. Keeping that definition in mind, I'd like to speak to you all today about some of the things that have helped me accomplish some of my goals and offer some suggestions that would apply to anyone seeking to be successful. So, raise your hands. How many of you people in your life, how many of you have people in your life that you want to impress? You want people to think highly of you. I think we all have those people in our lives, whether it's a girlfriend, boyfriend, family member, or a person of authority over you. I think we have those people that you want to impress. I'll tell you what impresses me is success. I've always been impressed with successful people. People that hold themselves to a higher standard and yet help others around them improve themselves. Saying that, I believe that there are five rules to success that we can apply to any and everyone. Anyone. You don't have to be a movie star, an entertainer, a professional athlete. If you want to be successful, these rules apply to you. And I'll be fast, I won't be here long. Number one, have a vision. I think the most important thing is that you have a very clear vision of where you want to go. A goal. Where do I want to go? You can have the best ship in the world, the newest cruise liner. But if the captain doesn't know his or her destination, the ship would just be floating around the world out at sea, going nowhere. And the same is in real life. You just be floating around without a purpose. You end up working a bunch of jobs, but never ever having a career. Did you guys know that 74% of Americans hate their job? Now, think about that, 74%. This is the land of freedom and opportunity. Only a quarter of the citizens here enjoy their life's work. That's a depressing statistic, okay? So, when you work, it's a chore. It's work, it's not fun. Find your vision and follow it. Tighten up. Rule number 2, think big. Never ever think small. You have to think big. If you're going to accomplish anything, you're going to have to reach for the stars. The biggest challenge most people have is they think small. Why do people think small? Anybody? Why do people think small?
Lack of faith. They scared.
Lack of faith. They're scared. Okay, that's good answers. It's because they are afraid to fail. They are afraid to fail. They know that if you shoot for a big goal, the chances of you failing are very high. The only time you're really considered a failure, listen to me now, the only time you're really considered a failure is if you fall and don't get up. But if you get up, you're never considered a failure. I never consider myself a failure. I consider myself a winner. Even though I failed sometimes, I always got up. Michael Jordan, the GOAT, arguably the GOAT. Some people say it's LeBron now. What y'all think, LeBron, Kobe? Kobe, LeBron? LeBron's a better all-around athlete though, that's just my opinion. But anyway, Michael Jordan, he got cut from his high school basketball team. Arguably the GOAT got cut in high school, okay? He also didn't win a championship every year. And I remember seeing an interview, and the reporter that was asking him, the reporter that was interviewing him said to him, "You're Michael Jordan. You're considered the greatest of all time. You're unbelievable. Tell me about that." And his response was, "Well, you're only talking about the successes. But in order for me to be the greatest basketball player, I had to fail. I had to let my failure drive me to become the greatest basketball player. My failure had to drive me. I missed over 9,000 shots in my career." Think about that. He missed over 9,000 shots in his career. He failed over 9,000 times. Y'all get it? Is he still considered a failure? No, because he kept trying. Do you guys understand that we all fail? It's okay. What is not okay is when you fail and you don't get up. Whoever stays down is a loser. Winners fail and get up. Fail and get up. Fail and get up. The biggest reason, don't be afraid of losing, because when you're afraid, then you get frozen. You get stuck. You're not relaxed. In order to perform well, whether it's sports, academics, test taking, drill team, whatever, you have to be relaxed. So don't be afraid to fail. Learn from every failure. Don't be afraid. God has not given us a spirit of fear. Speaking of which, I'm gonna bring up something. Has anybody ever jumped out of an airplane other than you, Brother Alexis? Anybody ever went skydiving? You went skydiving before? Okay, so you can relate. What she said?
Does it count if it's indoors?
No. That's different. Well, about 3 years ago, I went skydiving. And I had a little fear. Okay, I had a lot of fear. I was scared. So anyway, we show up to the place, and first thing they do, they give you a safety briefing. And they strapping you up, they putting your suit on, and they said, okay, if the chute doesn't open, you gotta do this. I'm like, wait a minute. Why is the chute not opening? Why wouldn't it open? So anyway, we get in the airplane, and I'm sitting towards the front of the airplane, and we take off. And we climb up to 14,000 feet. All right, 14,000 feet. And I'm sitting in the front because I didn't want to go first. People sit in the back go first because the door is towards the back of the airplane. So they open the door, and it immediately gets cold and loud. I mean, just freezing, because it's cold up there. 14,000 feet is cold. So people are jumping out the airplane, and I'm attached to a professional jumper. And I'm making conversation with him like, hey man, you married, you got kids, you making sure you got somewhat, people you got responsibilities. All right, good. So we're moving up to the door. We have to walk in tandem because he's attached to me. So we walking together. And I get up to the door. I'm gonna pretend this is the line for the door. And my feet are on the edge. And I'm scared. I'm scared, y'all. I'm scared. And so I'm looking at it and I'm like, that's death. That's death. And so the guy says, all right, on 3. 1, 2, and he pushes me out on 2 because he knows on 3 I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna hold the door. And so I'm going out, I'm going, and I'm in 1 second, y'all. 1 second. I experienced the most blissful, how can I explain it? I was unaware of everything else that was going on. It was just peaceful. And I'm like this, and we're falling, but it doesn't feel like I'm falling. The wind is just sort of carrying me. It's almost like we're floating. And I was floating so long, I actually forgot to breathe. So about 10 seconds goes by, and I'm enjoying the view, but I'm like, I forgot to breathe. So I'm breathing, I'm sucking air. And I calmed down, and it was just peaceful as we're falling. And the guy that's attached to me, he taps me on my side, and he's like, okay, do what you want. So we turn it all around, and there's a camera guy in front of me, so he takes video, and I'm giving a thumbs up to the camera, and I'm doing all that, right? And so I look out, I can see the Gulf of Mexico, I can see downtown Houston, and it was the most peaceful 45 seconds I ever experienced. And then of course he taps me and he pulls the parachute. Did you guys know that God puts the greatest things in life just on the other side of fear? On the other side of your maximum fear is the greatest things in life. All right, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Number 3, let me hear it. Number 3, ignore the haters, the naysayers. Rule number 3. Ignore the haters. I think it's natural when you have big dreams, big vision, big goals, that you're gonna have people say to you, I don't think you can do it. I think it's impossible. No. I want to tell you that don't ever let the haters keep you from dreaming or shooting for the stars. Okay? Eliminate the words no, impossible, can't be done. Replace them with yes, possible, will be done. Okay? I'm a big believer in what Nelson Mandela said. Y'all do know who Nelson Mandela was, right? Y'all heard him? Okay, all right. He said, it always seems to be impossible, and yet someone does it. You have to picture yourself as the one that does it. The one that breaks the record. The one that does something no one else has done. Ignore the haters. Tighten up. Number 4, work your butt off. Work your butt off. You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough. You don't stumble upon success accidentally. There is no magic pill. Let me tell you guys, there's no magic pill. There's no magic out there. Muhammad Ali, arguably greatest boxer of all time. I remember watching an interview with him, and the person who interviewed him asked him, how many sit-ups do you do? And he said, I don't know, because I only start counting when it starts burning. Just think about that. He only starts counting when it starts burning. That's a champion. That's a winner. That's hard work. No pain, no gain. If you don't apply this rule, all the other rules won't mean anything. It drives me absolutely nuts when I hear people say, I don't have time to go work out. I don't have time to read a book, an article, a scripture. March of faith. I don't have time to improve myself. I can't improve my business. I cannot grow as a person. Let me tell y'all something. You make time for what you want to make time for. Okay? So, you got 24 hours in a day. And let's say we sleep 6 hours. 8 hours. I know as you get older, you sleep less. But let's say we sleep 8 hours. So you got 16 hours left in a day. And most of us in school or at work for 8 to 10 hours. Let's just say 10 hours. So now you got 6 hours left in the day after you sleep and go to school or go to work. You got 6 hours left. Let's say you spend an hour or two traveling to school, to work, from work. So now you're down to 4 hours. You got 4 hours left to be productive. And let's say you spend an hour to shower, bathe, get your clothes ready for the next day. Okay? And then you spend 30 minutes eating and 30 minutes talking on the phone with your boo. Or your friends or whoever. All right, so now that leaves you 2 hours. You still have 2 hours to do something. You can spend that time improving yourself. Work out, read, learn. Imagine if you read 1 hour a day on history, or an hour a day on starting a business, or 1 hour a day on learning a new language. Imagine how much more you would know in 365 hours. Or a year, in other words. Most of us waste time. We waste time. Learn to manage your time. You cannot climb the ladder of success with your hands in your pockets. You must work your butt off. Hard work works. Tighten up. Let's review real fast. I just gave you 4 rules before I give you the last one. Number 1, have a vision. Number 2, think big. Number 3, ignore the haters, the naysayers. Number 4, work your butt off. The last rule I'm going to give you, give back and change the world. Don't just take, give something back. Leave your mark on the world. I believe we all have an obligation to do something for our community, for our state, for our country. We must share a cause that is greater than ourselves. I think in the end, we will not be judged by our personal gain, but by how much we give. Make the world a better place. Don't be selfish. I truly believe all of us can embrace that giving spirit. We can create change, whether in our neighborhood, in our local schools, in our country. It can be big or it can be little. Little like just working with a kid who has trouble reading, teaching him or her to read, or how to do math. We don't just have to work on me. We should work on we. Not just me, but we. Remember that. If not us, who? If not now, when? Okay? Remember those rules. Number 1, have a vision. Number 2, think big. Number 3, ignore the haters. Number 4, work your butt off. Number 5, give back and change the world. In conclusion, I'm going to give you a few motivational phrases, and when I point my finger out to you all, I want y'all to say tighten up. So let's practice. Tighten up. Again. Tighten up. Okay. It's easy to stand with the crowd. It takes courage to stand alone. Tighten up. No one is passing out wins. You have to take them. Tighten up. Quit pointing fingers and making excuses. Tighten up. If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. Tighten up. To see what is right and not to do it is a lack of courage. Tighten up. And finally, we don't plan to fail. We fail to plan. Tighten up. I'm going to end the same way I started, and that's in the scripture. All right, John 8, book of John, chapter 8, 31 and 32. Then said Jesus to those Jews which believed on him, if ye continue in my word, then are ye my disciples indeed. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. God bless. Thank you all. Thank you.